You know, the Letitia James scandal is bad when it even reaches Joe Rogan, who does not get that deep in the weeds of political specifics. He calls out Letitia James for doing the same thing that she accused Trump of, which is what Democrats do. Welcome to John Mike Keene. Here's Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan Show.
Did you see that Letitia James is now in trouble for the exact same shit? You didn't see that?
That makes sense.
They're investigating her because she allegedly, according to Megyn Kelly, who I trust implicitly, allegedly went and got mortgages with her father, listing them as husband and wife.
Yeah.
Which is gross and deviant and something that no one should ever do. But this goes to show how much she has betrayed the common working class family, that she would mock that institution by writing her father's name in as her husband. And she needs to check in on her buddy Ilhan Omar, because that's what Ilhan Omar did in marrying her brother to get him into the country through that kind of a deal, which I just think crosses a line. It says Letitia James should be shamed out of public office.
On buildings,
right,
multiple times, and then also lied about the amount of bedrooms that were in a place,
right?
Because if it's 4 bedrooms, you get 1 tax rate. If it's 5, it's more. So she lied. It was a 5, and she said it was a 4.
Right.
It wasn't. She didn't just lie about it. It wasn't just a 5 bedroom. It was listed in New York public documents as a 5. That is, documents that she knows were there and she should respect as a politician for the state. I mean, some kind of an attorneys general should be someone that represents the law, and she defied her own law that was right under her own nose on her own property for personal gain. And she's worth like millions and millions of dollars now because of this grift.
Well, this is what they all do. So I think really the funny thing about all the cases that they brought against Trump, a lot of those cases were rooted in a just politicized version of something that's pretty standard that a lot of people have done.
Yeah, they always overvalue their properties.
Always overvalue properties, and people get away with it, and it's not,
it's not a crime. But here's the thing about the Trump thing. Is that all the people had been paid. So not only was it profitable for the banks, he paid everything on time. The loan, there was no criminal, like there's no crime. No one got victimized. Nothing happened.
Right.
They profited.
Right.
And then this crazy lady with a terrible past thought that she was going to be able to pull this off because she was on the team that she thought was going to win.
And she will pull this off, because Democrats will not prosecute Democrats in New York. They will only prosecute Trump. That's why she did it. Democrats aren't going to, in the state, are not going to go after Letitia James. She absolutely going to get away with this. Unless you think different, tell us in the chat below.
Like, talk about putting all your eggs in one basket. Like, they got a bunch of morons
it feels,
sign in on these things.
It feels like...
Yeah, it feels like a giant conspiracy, because it is a conspiracy, a Democrat conspiracy in New York. The entire state's legal system is a conspiracy that benefits Democrats, gives them these land deals, allows her to cheat on her land, the write-offs for her own properties. And she's a member of government. She should be held to account first. Should she go to jail? Let me know, chat. I'm John Mike Keene.